Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, but for the past month or so, I have been dealing personal with writer's block, and it seemed like no matter what I did or no matter what type of art idea I had, it would go one ear and out the other. But I am officially back with different ideas, a completely different mindset, and for this video, I just had to take some of my older art and just see what different ideas I could bring to myself or just simple things I could do to change it and make it just a little slightly bit different. So for this first drawing, as you can see, I decided to draw my fighter girl. I have not did her in a while, and I believe I may have did a redraw for her before. I can't fully remember, but first thing I do for her is not only make her body proportionate, I decided to make her stance more balanced. In the first one you see right here, she looks more like she's able to fall, especially for somebody who's in a fighter stance. So I made her body more defensive and more balanced so she wouldn't have any reason to fear falling at all. Other things I changed include parts of the hair, the actually making the armor look like armor, changing the skirt, adding some gems, just reworking the hand positions. As you can see, I reworked her left arm, and I think that's the main things I've changed, like design wise. Overall, I just wanted to make my technique for drawing just overall better. I do think my art has progressed that way, but I just wanted to make it where I could see a clear and easy difference between the art processes. And so yeah, this is something that I definitely needed to do just to see what I would do completely different. I added gauntlets to her right hand just to make it more, like, again, more cohesive with the armor. But I just wanted to add my own design elements to it. Another major thing I changed was the color palette for it. I went from a more babyish pink to a neon pink. It wasn't too much thought process behind it. I think I just wanted to make it look more mature for the character. I don't know, maybe in the past artwork she looked more like 17. This one she actually was more like in her 20s. And then right here, this is me just making a different shading for the gem. However, another big thing I changed was the skirt. The skirt didn't really do anything for me in the original. Like, it was just a clear skirt and it wasn't doing anything. I don't know, like, it did get off more like ballerina-ish or more like princess-ish, but in the end I decided to lean more into the warrior for it. And this is just me, adding the different textures on the character, as they do have a whole bunch of different textures. And then finally, this is me adding the magic that was originally supposed to be part of the character, but I didn't add because A, I either got too lazy, or B, I thought the pose was good just as a fighting pose, neither of which is a valid excuse. So yeah, this is me finally adding the magic, and the piece is finally actually complete. So for this one went from sketchbook to my tablet, and this is the redraw of it. Well, more like a redraw, but it was the cute little idol I made, a K-pop idol that was originally supposed to be like more of a soft group, maybe like a soft group that maybe did a cover of like hard rock music, and this particular idol didn't really enjoy it. And I think this was inspired by the like New Jeans, but not that they disbanded, but then came back as NJZ. I'm not, maybe if I'm correct. So I decided to redraw this character for that exact reason, giving them just more of a different design, maybe like different just clothing aspects, not too much of a different design. So for this one, I decided to still keep the jacket, but turn the skirt into a half poofy, half leather aspect, and just raise up her boots higher. I got rid of the stockings, gave off a little bit childish. Then I made her hair straight, like no more of a just different wacky design. So I did change that part, and I think I added some other design elements too, like a hand wrapper. Since I started talking about K-pop, I might as well start talking about some of my favorite groups. Well, I mean, I like BTS, but it's not definitely one of my favorite ones. I do find myself loving their music, absolutely. My favorite boy groups involve like Stray Kids or ATEEZ or D1 Harmony. I even found myself starting to oh my god, I can't remember the name, but I started myself listening to them girl groups. My favorite girl group of all is still the Seraphim. Um, of course, I love Black Swan, Blackpink, Twice. But I don't know something about the Seraphim when they first started making music. I absolutely just adored everything they were putting out, everything they were making. They still like took over as my favorite group. Of course, like I said, I'm open to all groups. I haven't explored every single group, so yes, definitely some recommendations. Obviously, I've been listening to nothing but fourth gen. I haven't started listening to fifth gen yet, so I've heard they had like some good ones coming out, or just some good ones just in general. But maybe I should start listening to some of those. I think the main reason why I toned down this character really was the fact that I didn't think that this character was going to be like the ace or anything like that. And of course, like not always the ace has to be the person of it. But one thing I've noticed that I don't know if I particularly like is that they have a habit of shining a lot on their like a big light on their favorites while pushing smaller ones to the side. So I definitely wanted to make it look like she was definitely someone that the stylist didn't put much effort into their outfits, maybe, and maybe that's why she didn't enjoy it as much as she thought she would. But yeah, just a small thing for thought. Now for this final one, I decided to redraw a Soul Eater OC. This is when making like a wielder and a weapon was super popular, and so I went with this characters, and of course this is just me trying to get the scythe right. But this was supposed to be a beautiful scholarly student with like a rugged best friend. I always like those type of duos of like opposites attract. And so this is just me, revamping her outfit. I don't think I changed too much with it. This was just me just trying a different style along with it. Now one thing I know I changed slightly was the colors of the scythe. I believe in the original one it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, mainly due to shading, and it in the end it came out like a little bit darker than what I intended it to. So I definitely wanted to change that part. I made her outfit in the end look a little bit more of teenager like. I think that's the best way to put it. I didn't make it look too scholarly in the first one. Maybe it just might be the change of art style. Because in the original it kind of looked a little bit like Edgeworth, a little bit more Phoenix Wright like. This one actually giving Soul Eater to me. And I do love Soul Eater. I've watched Soul Eater the original and Soul Eater not. I've I definitely like Soul Eater better than the other one, but overall, just the story and plot is amazing. Minus, the weird bits that all anime feel like it must have to be good, even though it's what makes it not good. For some reason, I find anime not really hitting as much as it did when I was younger. Meaning, like, I can't really find a lot of good animes, but maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Uh, like I said, I don't like any of like the junior stuff for anime, like the weird stuff. Do not recommend me any of that. Any. Like, even if it has the slightest bit, I will end up cringing. I don't end up turning the anime off because maybe the plot might be good. Like, say, like Spy Family. Other than like the dumb incest it decided to have, like, I absolutely love the plot for the story. So I won't turn it off fully, but if it's complete nothing but straight up like catered to a specific type of people, and you know exactly the type of people I'm talking about, I will of course end up just turning it off because there's no point of that being involved in there. But yeah, I just want to find good anime that's just not completely just fan service or completely just tailored to the wrong group of people. I don't know, like, at this point somebody needs to make some new anime quick, or I'm gonna start not becoming a fan real soon. Alright, that's gonna be it for my redraw. Have anything you want to say, please comment down below. Anything else, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.